I went outside today to check on Todd Howard's burial site. I get there, the rocks I put on it were thrown all over the place, and either something had dug into his burial site or something dug out. As I looked down, the dirt was everywhere, and the burial site was empty. The only thing left behind was the blood from where he had went through the sticks that I had put in there. I knew this was a problem because Todd Howard, being immortal, he was going to be coming after me. So I ran back to my house. I said, "Hey, Ma, Todd Howard escaped." And then she said, "Oh dear." And she went to sleep because she doesn't care about me. So I got Sadie, and I got Tadina, our new cat, and I gave them the scent of Todd Howard. I got my box of Skyrim copies, put it up to their nose, like that, and off we went. Sadie was leading the pack, and Tadina, she didn't really know what was going on because I'd never done this with her before, so I just put her on top of Sadie, and so Tadina wouldn't get left behind. And Sadie just zoomed off with Tadina on her back, and she was going the whole way. We get to this abandoned building, which is weird because I've never seen this building before. It was just beyond the forest. And Sadie's sitting outside the front door of that abandoned building, going, and she's just banging on that front door, begging to be let in. And I said, "Sadie, sit." And she sat because I trained her real well. She's a very well trained kitty. And Tadina, she's looking around going, she doesn't know what's going on. She's going crazy. And I say, "Tadina, I need you to calm down." And Tadina's just going, and I say, "Tadina, slap. I need you to calm down, slap. Please, come on, Tadina, slap." And finally she's calmed down. So, good point with that. If anybody's ever going crazy, just go slap right across their face and tell them to calm down. And they'll do it. And keep doing it until they calm down. And I said, "Sadie, you and Tadina go back home. I don't want you getting hurt by Todd Howard." So they go rushing back home. I break down the front door of my immense girth. And I say, "Todd, are you in here?" Nothing. Doesn't say a thing. I said, "Todd, I can make this a whole lot easier on you if you just come back and let me put you back into your burial spot where you belong, so you can't release any new games." Nothing. And I said, "All right, Todd, I'm going to do this the hard way." And so I did something I promised I would never do. And I said, "Fallout 76 is a bad game." And then I heard something stomping around upstairs. I said, "Got you now, Todd." And I slowly go up the steps. I get to the top. Step by step. Slowly I turned. And there he was, Mr. Todd Howard himself. Holes in his body from where the sticks had punctured through. They still hadn't healed, despite the fact that he's an immortal. He has normal human healing powers. And he's just standing there, covered in shadow. And I said, "Come on, Todd. You're not going to like me when I'm angry, so don't make me angry." And he's just standing there. I said, "All right, Todd. I guess we're just going to have to do this the hard way." So I get out my beaten stick and I walk right up to Todd and I whip him right over the head with it. And his head just flies off. I'm like, oh crap. And then I remembered he's immortal and he can't die, so even though I knocked his head off, he was still alive. The weird thing is, though, he didn't make any noises, and I reached out. It wasn't Todd Howard at all. He had planted a mannequin that looked exactly like him. And while I was going up the steps, he must have jumped out a window. And I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to go back to my house and steal my cats. And he was going to force me to buy Skyrim again until I gave him, so he would give them back to me. That's a tongue twister there. I run back home. Back door's open. I run inside. My mom's sleeping on the bed. And I say, Sadie, Tadina. No answer. I look everywhere. Sadie, Tadina, where are you? No answer. I go over to wake up my mom. But at that point I realized Todd had already taken Sadie and Tadina. Because instead of a blanket on my mom, Todd Howard had taken a whole bunch of copies of Skyrim and Fallout 76 and stitched them together to look like a blanket and placed them neatly over my mom. And that just happened that just happened a couple minutes ago. And right now I have to wait for Todd to contact me. We used to be a thing, so he's got my number. He steals my cats all the time. If you guys want to give me a few $100,000 so I can buy a couple copies of Skyrim, that'd be fantastic. Just you know where to send it. Just send it to the usual places. Oh boy. Sadie's used to being stolen, but Tadina isn't. She must be terrified. If you see Todd, just punch him for me. See if he's got Tadina on him. He likes to put them in his jacket. Put the cats in the jacket that he steals.